Hey, everybody, how are you? It's Michelle Ray. Welcome to my show and Tell with Michelle. And today we are going to be hanging out with Keith, the Pickin Preacher. And if you don't know about him, you're certainly going to know a lot about him after we sit down and chat. And what I do know is that he's reloading because he's having problems with his internet. So he said, hold on. I said, fine, I'll jump on. I'm going to say hi to everybody who's on here. I'm going to say hi to Melanie. I'm going to say hi to Dustin. And of course, a big hug and all that other warm, squishy stuff to Dustin for helping me with all of my technical things that I don't know how to do on this side of the YouTube stuff. So I'm so happy to be here. Who else is here, you guys? The Pickin Preacher? Hola, I see him there. Hi. You're trying to get in the studio. No worries. No worries. Resell. Will, how are you? How did your yard sale go today? Will had a yard sale, getting rid of a bunch of stuff he said he needed to move. How did that go? I'm so glad you guys are here. I am so excited to talk to Keith. I don't even know. I took notes. I have a couple like little funny questions I want to ask him. So my sales were kind of quiet this weekend. You guys know that I mostly do clothing. So I'm learning about other things to diversify my closet. And so for those of you who don't know me, I have been in television and film for 30 years. And so my background is fashion, TV, and film. And I really gravitate towards clothing, which is wonderful, but an extensive amount of work sometimes. And, everybody seems to be selling so many electronics. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But you know what? That's why I have this show and tell. I want to sit down with you guys, talk about some of the most positive things about the business. I want to keep it really lighthearted and silly and find out a little bit about the more personal side of stuff. So I hope that this sort of is like a talk show kind of a vibe here. And I'm going to see if I hear anything from back from, let's see, Keith. I'm so glad to hear that your yard sale went well. That's awesome. And it sounds like you had good weather. So that's even like the biggest blessing ever. He says that his son made $85. You made $220. Not bad. Worth it. Wow. Awesome. 220. That's not a bad. That's not. And how long did you run your sale for? I don't think it wasn't all day, right? It was just in the morning. If you guys don't know Will from Reseller Madness, you have to go check out his channel. He's really funny too. I actually think he's pretty funny too. So I'm looking forward to what's up with me. Okay, so you know what? I had an epiphany this weekend talking, and maybe I can get some advice from you guys that has to do with reselling. Serious. I feel like I'm so excited about doing this channel and doing the show, and I have bookings for this fun little get together for weeks to come. And I'm really excited about that. But I'm a single mom. I'm trying to juggle a whole bunch of stuff. I've got Poshmark. I just put in eBay, and I have Mercari. And I'm starting to feel like I'm slipping, even with List Perfectly. And my inventory is getting messed up. And I feel like instead of trying to bite off so much of a big chunk of things, it's okay to just stop and be like, okay, you know what? You want to do these shows. You want to talk to people. You love hosting. I've hosted many shows and over the years. And so let's just try to keep everything in one place with the clothes. So I actually think I might be just sticking with Poshmark and doing it that way, and just rather than stressing myself out and spreading myself too thin, because I don't know if you guys felt that way, but when you were just starting and just learning, I mean, even for me, learning how to make a thumbnail, is a big thing for me. I only know how to make a thumbnail one way, and that's on my phone. Okay. So I'm like this with cataracts trying to do that, barely get that one word off of the video because you're about to start another sentence and you don't want to. Yeah, 6 hours it takes me to do it on my phone, but I can do it. So what did I sell this weekend? I'll tell you guys what I sold, and then I want to find what else. Okay, so the Valentine's Day thing has been going on. I've been selling stuff in my closet. It's been good. So I sold a plunge bra from It was brand new in the bag from Fredericks of Hollywood, and it was a good one. It was like a cream colored nude one, super classic. So I sold that. I got a couple cancellations, and that was about it. So, hey, who's on here? Desert Sellers. Hi, Desert Sellers. He's even as a seasoned seller, I stick to eBay, just one platform. Oh gosh. And if I do list on another platform, it's only listed on that platform so I don't forget to move it. Desert Sellers, thank you so much. I needed to hear that because I'm usually so good at keeping track of everything, but sometimes life gets just too busy and I always feel like I have to be superwoman and do everything at the same time. But I love that. Thank you. Yes, that makes me feel Poshmark takes more commission and we know it's blah, 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 and this and that and whatever. But at least for me, that's where I started. So I think that's where I'm going to focus so that I can continue coming here and doing this. So let's see. I think I see him here. Let's see. Keith, the Pickin Preacher. Come in, Keith. Earth to Keith. Earth to Keith. You can do it. It's crunching. It's crunching. It's trying. It's trying. So it's like it wants to be a race car, but it's just, it's not. It's not. You can be selling. You can be. I could be the superwoman of Posh, right? Okay, I really have so much warm and fuzziness for Keith, but Keith's doing the circly thing. He's walking around the block. That's what he's doing. He's walking around the block. So I'm going to put myself back on there again. Let's see. How do I do that? Dustin, McFlippenship, everybody, thank you so much for go check out his stuff. He helps me out with so much with all of this. And I don't know how to do any of the correspondings and things like that. So I'm trying to think, since we're having a thing going on here with this internet, what I can talk to you guys about. Well, I guess I could talk about something a little bit more serious, but then, and that has to do with other things, but I don't know, that's not so much fun. Hey, you know what? Okay, wait, I've got a second. I have my crazy thing of cards, my crazy little fun thing where I'm trying to add him in again here. I'm going to ask a question from this card thing and we're going to talk about it. Let's see, where is it? Where did oh, here it is. Okay, we'll do one, we'll pull one card from my collection here and we'll see. Keith, quit ghosting people. All right, so this is called What's Your Word? And I've been asking everybody one of these questions and asking them to pick a card on the thing. Okay, so I'm going to pick a card and I'm going to start it just to keep this going here for a second. Who's on here? Reseller. Okay, so it's crunching. It is crunching. Ah, you're welcome, Dustin. Anytime. Okay, so I'm going to pick this one right here. And it says, what makes you lose track of time? Ooh. That's a good one, right? What makes me lose track of time? That's actually pretty easy for me because I actually love fishing. And when I'm out in the boat and I'm unplugged and I'm just floating there and I'm concentrating on just the rhythm of fishing and I'm listening to seagulls, and that's when I lose track of time. That's when I'm just not even, and it's euphoric and it's nostalgic. So yeah, I would say that I lose track of time when I'm fishing. That would be it. All right, you guys, let's see. The Pickin Preacher says he's going to go try on his phone. He's going to try on his phone. Thank you guys for still staying here. I feel like I want to tell you. So I haven't edited this yet. So let me just tell you about going to Barbara's storage unit yesterday. I haven't edited this video, but I went to Barbara's storage unit. And so what was really interesting about Barbara is what I was saying in one of my last videos, which was always have a business card. It doesn't have to be a fancy business card. It doesn't have to be expensive. You can go to Zazzle, you can go in to, Staples, and I gave her my card. So I got to go in 2 weeks ago for my first time ever going into a storage unit. And I did a little video on it because I don't know how to edit, so I can only do shorts or whatever. Wait, praise the Lord! I think I see him. Are you there?
Okay, there we go.
Give up. You didn't give up. You are not a quitter. I see your face. Can I hear you?
Is it working?
Is it working? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh my gosh. Hello. Thank you for continuing to try.
I don't know what was going on. Everything else was working on the computer, but I was like, well, I don't know.
A for effort. A for effort.
Yeah, absolutely.
First of all, it's so nice to meet you because we have never chatted in person. And I wanted to say thank you so much for coming and spending some time with us here and doing my little show and tell. And I just have to tell you that I couldn't stop laughing when you did the show and tell. What was it? The short, or what was it?
Yeah, that was my wife. That she was like, oh, this would be funny. You should do something like that. So
tell her.
I think she can hear you if the baby's not too loud back there.
Well done. It was hilarious. I watched it 3 times.
Awesome. Well, that makes me happy. Sorry I had to get on the phone. I would rather the camera could see more. I guess it doesn't really matter, but it's I don't know why. Sometimes who knows? What I will do I will try like in the background. I'll try to, because will it hinder anything if I try to connect to the computer?
You can go ahead and try out whatever you want to try, because I'm also winging it over here too. So
okay. Well, we can just keep doing this. I'm just saying I will try it on here. That way I can. So I'm going to re-upload the computer, but we'll just stay on here for now. So
that sounds great. So where do I start? Let me just. Where are you? And this is God's honest truth, I don't know where you're located. Where are you?
Nothing wrong with that. I'm in the Jackson area of Mississippi. It's a suburb called Brandon, but basically the state capital.
Okay, in Mississippi.
Down south.
Have you been so I mean would love to get into how what you and I were talking about previously, and being in your band and all this stuff, and how that has all correlates with where you are now. But tell me a little bit more, just so, because like I said, I'm new with you too. How long have you been reselling? Okay,
well, if you see me looking over, I'm not like going whatever. I'm also trying to see if I can restart this, because it would just be a lot better, because the lighting would be better and you would be able to kind of see the junk in the back, because that's, we have a bunch of junk throughout our house.
You know what? It's perfect. Just
but
the way it is.
So when I started reselling, pretty much, so I had a landscaping business, and I had it for I think I had it for 11 years.
Wow.
And so while I was doing that, I was also on the side doing like storage auctions. And so I would go buy storage units, and I had an investor, a guy that I knew, and I was doing that, but I didn't really know what I was doing. So I did that on and off for, probably like 2 years. And then I would do house clean outs, and I would sell stuff, but it was mostly like Facebook Marketplace, and you know how that is.
Wait, time out. Yes. Question. Rewind real quick.
Yeah.
You just casually said, and so nicely, like, oh, and then I started buying pallets. Okay, so how does one just decide to start to buy a pallet? Like, how did that work?
Not pallets. No, not pallets. I was doing storage auctions.
Oh, so how do you get into the auctions? Like, how does that? how did you get to that part, I guess?
So a friend was talking to me and he's like, man, you should try doing this. And I just looked up where local auctions, and, you know, I'm sure you've probably seen that guy, Jeebus. Have you seen Jeebus online? He does storage auctions. I think, who else? There's someone, there's a guy that actually just started following me. Oh goodness. I feel like a big jerk. I can't remember his name, but anyways, you just look him up online and then you show up. And I mean, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I just went and you know, I was like, man, I don't know what am I bidding on? I'm just seeing a bunch of boxes and junk, you know. So, but I did a few of those, and it was mostly like I would do antique furniture, and you know, I would find shoes in some of them. So I did that, but I got so busy with landscaping, and so I kind of stopped that. That was years ago, probably 8 or 7 years ago, something like that. And then last year, well, wait, it's 2023 now. So I'll say that's saying last year's weird. Okay, so 2021, the November of 2021, my landscape business would get really slow because, well, you know, it's landscaping and it's, you know, winter. So we needed money to kind of, you know, keep me, and something I could do to keep me going through the winter, because I lost a major contract. And so I was like, man, I need to do something. And so I said, well, I used to do storage auctions. What about going? I've heard of people going to garage sales, and let's do that. And so my wife and I went a few times, and we started with clothes, and we were doing clothes, and we just find anything. We didn't know what we were doing. We started doing, what is it? Retail arbitrage. And we would go to like TJ Maxx and Ross, and we didn't know what we were doing. So we bought a lot of stuff. But I think what kind of triggered everything was the beginning of 2022. I did a house clean out, and I got asked to do one again. So that was pretty cool. Well, we didn't do the house clean out. I got asked to do it, and I went in, and I had heard that video game sold really, really well. So I went in, and there was a whole bunch of like old games that I had kind of figured they're probably worth a lot of money. Well, the games themselves were probably about $3,500 to $4,000 worth.
What?
And I mean, the total amount. And so I went in, and, you know, we have a video of it on I think on my wife's page or channel. But so I called up the broker, and I was like, hey man, here's the bid. I gave the bid. I didn't win the bid, and I was like, man, I really want it, because I think there was more stuff in there. The house was loaded, and he said, no, man, somebody else won it, but he let me take the games home. And I said, how much do you want for the games? He said, man, keep them. And I said, no, they're very valuable. No joke. So I said, no, they're very valuable. I don't think you understand. And, so he said, no, man, keep them. I don't care. He said, I just want stuff out of the house. So we cleared all that out. We made lots of money on that. Then we just started going to more garage sales. And so that was beginning of 2022. But then I stopped from May to probably September, and I just did it occasionally, like very few things. We'd kind of go to the bins every now and then, and thrift stores, and we'd sell stuff here and there. Yeah. And I'm trying to get this going because I see that lighting's pretty bad.
You're fine. I'm listening to your story. It's interesting. Thank you for sharing.
Definitely. No, thanks for having me on. So anyways, long story short, I had to get busy back with my business because I needed to keep that going. Because, you know, that was my income. Yeah. But I could see that reselling would make money. And now my phone's being an idiot. I could see that reselling could make money. So I wanted out of landscaping because overhead was just stupid. And so what I did is I told people I want to sell the business. A good friend of mine contacted me, and I sold it to him for real cheap. I basically just sold him all of my equipment. Can you still see me?
No. Oh, there you are.
Okay, my phone just...
You look like you're in the front of a beautiful sunset.
Oh, that's an old light bulb. My phone just went black for me.
Pretty though.
So I don't know what's going on. My phone just went black. But you can still see me?
You're black. It's black darkness now. So but I can hear your voice, and now there you are. You're just
It's there it goes. Yeah, so the internet screen just went totally black. There it goes. The screen just went black for some reason. But
okay.
so I'm sorry about all that.
Stop! Don't apologize. This is a place where we're gonna it's real. Like that's what I
make
want.
it happen, right?
Yeah, shit happens. Oh, I'm sorry. Stuff happens.
So, you're not bothering me. So basically, I went and I sold the business. I sold all of my equipment, and then I went full force, and I went because I could tell it could make money, and so at the end of October, I just went full force with it. I had tens of thousands of dollars to hold me over just in case, and then I just but basically all I did was sell my equipment and my vehicles, and I didn't even worry about contracts and all that stuff. I just said, man, you go with it, because the contracts were ending soon anyways. So everybody just let him transfer it over to the other guy. And I wanted to hook him up because he's a friend, family friend, and it helped me. And so I've been doing it full force since the end of October. And that's really when I got started, was the end of October. I mean, I've gone and off and semi full time in 2021, but really 2022, but really when I started was at the end of 2022.
Yeah, October of 2022. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow. Now that's
so I'm a noob.
That's a big decision. And I was saying the same thing to a couple of my other guests. It's a big decision to go from not working in the safety of some money coming in to plunging into this, really, so wow. And so your wife is on board. What's your wife's name, please? I'm so sorry.
Amber, and
Amber. Hi, Amber.
She's actually, I think she's trying to get baby to sleep, and she's getting the other kids, they go to bed in an hour from now, but we're telling them to stay in their room. We're letting them play and stuff in there. But
thank you so much.
I'm trying this. I'm going to try it one more time. Oh, is that working? Hold up. Can you see me? Hold on. Let me move can you see? Okay. No, it's still showing that. Let's see. Can you see this camera?
No, I can see your shirt and the top of your head and a fan.
Okay, so you don't see my palm of my hand.
Oh, down here in a whole nother place. I'm going to add you to stream. This is getting so fun. Hold up.
Okay. I'm turning this one down. Okay, so is it working?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. All right, I'll sign off of here. There we go. Okay, is that better? Okay. All right, cool. I don't know what was going on. It kept giving the little ring of death. Let me whatever you call it, the ring of death that doesn't let you load in.
I'm just being nosy and totally checking out all the stuff you have in the back there.
Oh yeah.
Just do whatever. I'm just being nosy.
Oh yeah, you're good. It's all those bins. That's all shoes and sneakers, and then this is my collection for like investment games. These are like really, really expensive games, but all my other stuff is like on the sides of the computers and then in other rooms and closets throughout the house. So
I love to see how people store their stuff.
Yeah.
I love to see it. So, and it's just, everybody does it a little differently. Oh my gosh.
We find play. That's pretty much it. Wherever we can put it. That's why we have bins. But like I said, I'm a noob, so I don't. I'm still learning. I'm still learning about all this. So it's.
I'm learning about it too, and you know what? That's the cool part about having different people on, because some people have been, doing this for a decade, and others have been doing it for 6 months, and it's just how has reselling just made, and I know this sounds maybe like an obvious question, but how has it improved your life?
Oh man. Okay. So I'm just loading up the channel so I can, because I like to watch what people say too. So that's how's it improved my life? Man, I can't talk. Turn that down over there. In many ways. Oh man.
Well, one, I don't have to kill my back anymore. Because I moved to Birdbath for a guy a few years back, and it caused my, what was it, L4 or L1, I can't remember, it blew it out. Yeah. So I had to have back surgery. It wasn't something that I could slip back in. It burst. So I had to have a micro discectomy. And so after that, work, just was
Too
difficult.
much.
Yeah. And then and so, I'm also, we have a little small church, so I'm also a pastor. And so doing that, like, even though I'm actually more busy doing this, I'm more free to answer the phone if somebody needs to meet up. See, I couldn't really do much discipleship and counseling, but now, like, in fact, one of the elders from the church is just calling, but I just told him he'll have to wait a few minutes. But it's increased. It's given me more opportunity for, to serve our church. The biggest thing, because my family, we homeschool our kids, so it lets me be at home with them, and so I can help my wife and be there for the kids. And so it's just fun. It's of course it's a there's job to it aspect, but I literally, because after I put the kids to bed, I stay up till about midnight doing work, and then I got to be careful of this, but then I get back up about 6 something, and then I go back at it, do all my morning stuff, then go back at it till 5. And so I actually love going and working. So it's changed because I actually love what I'm doing. So
it's so nice. There's so many wonderful things to be grateful for and thankful for about being a reseller, and being able to have that extra time with your family and to be able to include your wife in it. And I mean, for me too, as a single mom, that's what happened with me. I actually owned a botanical cleaning company for 5 years before COVID. Yeah. And I was a part of it, and I had an employee. It was very small, but I was breaking my back too, like you were saying before. And then COVID happened, and I thought, I'll have to like reassess things. And I'm getting older now. I'm still young, but I don't want to be busting my butt.
No, I feel you, man. That's how I feel. But why?
Right? Lululemon all day. Okay, that's fine.
There you go. That's right, and you can make money off of it too, and you can enjoy it while you're doing it, and meeting people. See, that's the other thing is see, for me, it's been really good not to go like into everything, but I when I got saved, I got real, and I'm not saying I shouldn't be, but I got real radical, and I put myself in a place where, like, I kind of what would you call it, separated myself so much from people just because I didn't want to go back. But this has opened up a lot of doors to where I've gotten to meet different types of people with different walks, and it's humbled me. I've been able to do a lot of like ministry even. So I love this kind. I mean, just this kind. I mean, even though I don't get paid, right now, at least for YouTube, this is part of my job. Yeah. And so this is fun, It's fun. So I love this.
I do too. And I've noticed being a newer reseller myself, I've been doing it for about 2 years part-time. And, there's some months I work a little bit harder than others, depending on what's going on with sports season and my 14-year-old. So,
okay. Yeah. I bet you're busy during all that.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, again, like we were saying before, it affords me the opportunity to be able to work, but also, like you said, I'm meeting super nice people. I love to find out where you are in Mississippi and what people buy. And what do you think about Mississippi? Is there something special that you think that you sell more of? I don't know. I always like to ask, and then I have a couple fun questions for you too.
Well, so I guess because I'm not. I guess because since I'm mostly selling online, it's not really. I guess I wouldn't really have like a. So much as much of a buyer base here. I have, I don't know, you might sell a lot locally. See, I don't sell a lot. I probably should try to more, but I buy a lot locally. So I have people that call me now that have stuff for me to buy, you know, that do. I try connecting with people that do storage auctions. And so if they have what I'm looking for, they'll call me up. And so I don't know, for me at least, of course I'm new, I could find out more. I don't know if there's necessarily, for me at least, a particular thing that people are buying more. Maybe like, I think this is probably everywhere, but I know all the colleges and stuff, Patagonia's super big here. I guess that's probably big everywhere though, I would assume.
Patagonia is,
So that's what I thought, but
yeah, I guess it just depends on season. You know, it's kind of like a general question. It's like,
Sure.
It depends on the season and where you're living and all that other good stuff. But yeah, so do you enjoy looking for video games or in electronics? Is that kind of your thing? And what has happened with your clothing, part of your clothing business?
Sure. So okay, I'm trying to put it all together. We still sell clothes. It's funny because when I got back into, like, you know, really trying to go in and finding video games, my wife wasn't so sure of it, man. You know, because the clothes were, you know, we're selling clothes, not tons, but pretty steady. And so, you know, yeah. So it's, I don't know how to explain it, but she wasn't so sure of it. But what's funny now is I haven't bought clothes in a while, so I've been going back buying clothes, and my wife's like, "Keith, stop buying clothes. Just go look for video games and toys." And
they take up less space.
Yeah, well, the games do, as you can see. I got, and this is thousands of dollars right here. So it's
I'm doing it wrong.
Well, that was the thing. Yeah. Well, no, because actually a guy from our church just started reselling with his mom, and clothes are, people are always gonna be needing to buy clothes. And then you know, even if you have to like knock stuff down to a certain price, people are always even if you just flip it to consignment stores and make your margins small and you just grind at that, you can still make money. But that's I guess the reason is because, you know, if you get something and you just didn't notice a little hole in the armpit or something, know, it ticks you off. I hate that. But the measurements, and then I guess that was the biggest thing she didn't, because she does the pictures, so it looks like you don't like doing that either.
I'm sorry, I'm like over here in the corner, but no, I know it's like if I forget to do a pit to pit one more time and I've already put it away in the bag and I have to open the stinking thing up again, I'm gonna flip out. Okay, isn't that the worst, where you put it in, you're like, I've got the arm, I've got this in the background, and it's white and it's perfect, and you're like, are you joking me? I didn't do the pit to pit measurement.
Yeah, and then you got to go find it. You know, Ching King just said Patagonia's big ever. See, that just shows how much I know. So I thought it was popular, but I just know like all the college people here like just eat it up, and so I guess that's everywhere. But
I think it's just kind of a weird market right now for everything, and I do think that people are changing what they spend their money on. And I think, unfortunately, if you're a reseller that doesn't really want to work hard, you're going to be in big trouble in the next year, because we're going to be working harder for our money.
That's right.
And if you're not ready to work hard, you're going to get lost in the shuffle.
That's right. Yeah.
The brands that we're selling, I'm selling brands that I wasn't selling, 2 years ago, because they can afford them, that kind of thing.
That's right. Well, so, like I'm loaded. Of course, it's kid stuff, but shoes is one of our main things we sell. But we have tons of kids Jordans, which used to sell quick, you know, even for cheaper, $30 to $50, you know. So we'd sell them for, you know, it wouldn't be like the adults where you get over $100 for them, even, you know, used or whatever. But I've noticed that a lot of that stuff's taken, for me right now at least, it's been taking a little longer. And it may just be the certain colorways that I have, but my video, I guess also if you're listing, you know, if you're listing a certain thing or selling a certain type of thing, I guess, you know, I'm still learning all this, that algorithm or whatever is working there with
algorithms. Yeah, I don't even know.
So I'm still learning all that. But if it's seeing that this is what you sell, it will push what you sell most, because that's, if you get, especially if you have repeat buyers. So like, for example, I've been buying clothes. So I was telling my wife, I said, some of it's just I need steady listings. And so even if I buy stuff, as long as I buy stuff that we sell, but when I'm listing clothes, like I wasn't selling, like we missed a day of listing, and so sales went down. Then I go get clothes, and this could just be a coincidence. But then I put the clothes up, and then the video games start selling. So I don't. Weird. But it does it every time I start, slowing down, and then I just list whatever. All my normal stuff that sells goes right back to starting to sell. So
it's like they just never want us to figure it out. But the thing, I guess, the main thing is that we just have to keep working.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, look, there's times where it's a grind, and there's times where it's just prosperity, So
yeah. So anyways, do you mind talking a second about how you went from
the old Mohawk and stuff
to a preacher?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you cannot get off with this without telling me about this. So yes, if you don't mind.
No, not at all. Is it shown? Okay. You froze for a second. See, I think where I'm at, there's a spot in my neighborhood, and I'm right over this hill, and I don't know what it is, but right when I pull in my driveway, the internet gets shaky, or my phone service. So I don't know if it does. I don't think it matters what we do, but has it still going okay?
Yeah,
right
you've
now?
been great. You've been, it's perfect. It's been perfect.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, I know, because I know on Rachel's live it kept doing that, and then whenever I was on a meeting with someone else that was doing it. Okay, so how that happened? Well, I'm a preacher's kid. I'm a PK, so as they say. So I'm a preacher's kid, and long story short, I got really into punk rock, and I'm not saying I was some, going out and shooting up heroin, or I wasn't going and doing all kinds of crazy stuff and killing people, but I was, I was a professing Christian, but I wasn't really living like one. Mm-hmm. And in fact, I didn't even really know what I believed. It's just because I was kind of in that. And then I started kind of denying a lot of the foundations. But I was really into punk music, and I loved it. And as you could see, I was, I had the big mohawk, had the stretched out nose and the big old ears, and so moshing and touring, sleeping inside. Can I tell a funny story?
Please. That's what. Yeah, I have some questions to ask you too. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So I told this I did a 24-hour live with my brother-in-law, and I told this story on there. Yeah, it was intense, but so we were going from San Antonio, Texas to El Paso, or maybe El Paso to somewhere in Arizona, and we were right on the border. And it's a punk rock van. It's sketchy, big white van with paint all over and stickers everywhere. So we're going over. It's middle of the night, and so what we had in the back of the van, we put all of our equipment back there.
Okay.
So we have two, roadies, one merch guy, one just helper, and then we had the four guys in the band. So two of us would sleep in the back on top of all the equipment, and we'd make beds. Well, I wake up in the middle of the night, and we're sleeping, so we're all in our skivvies and boxers, right? So I wake up in the middle of the night, and this dog is barking at me, and no joke. And so this dog is barking at me, and there's a light in my, well, there we go. There's a light right there, right in my eyes. Like, get out now, get out now. I was like, what is going on? I'm sleeping, and I'm like, what in the world? So I go out, and it's in the middle of the winter, and it's cold. And like I said, and we all, we're, us who are sleeping, we're sleeping as comfortable as we can. So they take us out there in the middle of the night, and you know, like I said, in our underwear. So we're out there in the middle of the, you know, freezing, and they're like, "What are you doing? You got drugs in the vehicle?" And we're like, "No."
Oh, no.
Yeah, which we didn't, thank the Lord. And no, we didn't do it. We were, I guess you'd say, as they say, straight edge. We didn't do any of that, but they were like, "Are you bringing people over the border?" We're like, "What are you talking about? We're just traveling with our van." And I was so mad, and I was, you know,
It was the Scooby-Doo van.
yeah, that's what they probably thinking we're all high in there. But the funny thing is, because at that time I was, you know, I was Mr. Anarchy. I did not, you know, I didn't want to. I had to bite my tongue because I was wanting to be a total smart butt.
Smart butt.
But that would have been really stupid. So I was, but yeah, they kept us outside for probably about 30 minutes, just sitting on the side of an interstate. And so that's a good, fun punk rock band story.
Oh
and of course, they didn't find anything, but it was an interesting story to tell.
Yeah.
But
it gives you a little perspective, right, on the way things look from another perspective on the outside.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you guys like maybe a little in disarray or something. Maybe.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, you know, and we all have our piercings and our crazy hair, so they're probably thinking we're, you know, up to no good or whatever. Just by, you know, we were just going to play music. But well, how did I get off on that?
It's okay. Well,
I'm so ADD.
So you are involved with a small
church? Yeah. So sorry. That's
no.
So anyways, band down the road. What happens is, you know, I said I'm professing to be a Christian. I guess I should start, you know, reading the Bible. So, and I wasn't even sure if I believed it. You know, I was raised in the church, but so we started having Bible studies. It was kind of like a new thing, and so we were having people come in. But as we're reading it, I was like, man, I don't line up to this at all. You know, I'm a hypocrite. Yeah. And so then, you know, it's, you know, rest history. I guess I started really seeking that, and I committed my life to the Lord. And it was actually believe it or not, there's a festival called Cornerstone Music Festival, and it was we played that, and they had, you know, either like cleaner bands or like Christian bands. It was mostly Christian music. But there was a band, and I won't go all into the details, but there was a song on there. It was called it was called Whoremonger, and it was about how he was doing ministry, but yet he was, you know, being a scumbag, you know. Wow. And so he gives his testimony, and it just speaks to me, and I just break down because I was tired. You know, I was like, I felt like, God, I can't change. I don't know. And so I just, in the middle of a mosh pit, I'm I'm on the ground like weeping. And so after that, you know, things changed after that. And I still was into, you know, I was still playing some music. I started another band. I would book shows, but I just, the whole culture, even with the Christian music, it just was pulling me into that whole,
sorry.
Oh, amen. But I just pulled out of it, and in the midst of that, you know, discipling people, and you know, there's people who are discipling, and I started being mentored by a man. That's the guy that was calling. And then I just we just started discipling a church. We were Bible studying, and a church formed, and we're a little small church, and we're getting our buildings actually almost, and a building doesn't make a church, but our building's almost done. So in a few weeks, I'm really excited. And it's and that's, you know, I could tell you deep details, but that would take forever. So, but that's how I became a preacher. I never thought I saw my dad. I was like, I never want to be a preacher. And there you go.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I got all choked up. And I know I had written, we had corresponded during text messages, and I have a quote that you said here. And you said, you know, touring in the punk band, and I quote, led you here, bold, to make you bold and to not care about what people think.
Oh yeah.
To be able to be yourself. And that's what I quoted you saying. And
yeah,
thank you for sharing that, because I think that is just, and that's one of the beautiful things about being a reseller and being a thrifter, is to be able to, for you to be able to spend more time with the people in your parish and spread love and kindness. I mean, oh my gosh, it's great. So thank you for sharing your story with me.
Oh yeah, thanks for. Well, how did you get? Because see, I'm because all I've watched is a lot like your reels and your shorts and then one with Will. So how did you get started? I mean, is that okay that I'm?
Oh, of course.
I'm not trying to interview. I know you're the interviewer, but
no, it's okay. I know I'm so much better of an interviewer than I am being interviewed. Because I get all weird and shy. No, I do. It's so stupid too when I tell you what I've done. So I was discovered in Michigan when I was 18 years old, and I was given a modeling contract, and I was invited to New York City. Yeah, I was a basketball player, a tomboy, not a girly schmirly.
Really?
So this was really out of the blue for me.
Oh, wow.
I was so grateful and so thankful. So I accepted this opportunity, and I came to the city where I live about an hour and a half from the city. And I was thrown into, into fashion and TV.
Yeah.
And I started booking a lot of commercials because I have this big, crazy, wild personality. Yeah. And that was really cool because
that's crazy.
Well, it was cool. It's so much. It was more fun than just being, for JCPenney or whoever.
Sure.
So I have had such a beautiful, beautiful career. And that was just amazing. And then I had a son who is 14. In 2003, 2005, 2008, I was on Guiding Light on CBS full time.
Wow.
And then and after that, I mean, I've done lots of things, but the most important, the thing that I've enjoyed the most over the years, besides I did Law and Order and all those things you do when you're a New York actor, but the thing that I really
you acted on Law and Order?
Yeah.
What? That's wild.
I know. I know. I don't even know myself. And sometimes I'm like, who was that person back then? I don't know. I've been through so much since then.
Yeah.
So
that's wild.
Yeah. So I did all of that. And then I had my son, and then I got diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh, my.
So I went through the full treatment, lost all my hair. Jake was 3. And dropped out of modeling, obviously, because I was fighting cancer. So I had to really reevaluate my career because it's a small business. I was working a lot. Now I was sick. Now everybody knew I had cancer. I was doing a lot of beauty, and then they're like, oh, she's bald. Like, it's just weird. And then when you're in a small community of working models, which I was, just like JCPenney and, things like this.
Yeah.
The girls who fly under the supermodel thing but make a living. I was doing those kinds of things. So anyway, long story short, I came down with cancer, and then I had to start figuring out how to make extra money, basically with like not going to college. And like literally, that's why I can't edit or work on a computer, because I was traveling and working. I wasn't in school. So anyway, I started my cleaning business, which was awesome, and I loved it. And I had it for 5 years, and I loved helping people. It was an organic cleaning company.
Wow.
So because I had breast cancer, I wanted everything to be non-toxic. So
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool, and I really loved it, and I really loved helping other people have a really beautiful. I know this sounds cheesy, but when you get to know me, you'll know that it's true.
Yeah.
I really love making people happy and just feel great and just make sunshine.
That's not cheesy. I feel the same way.
And cleaning for them for years for me was fun, was great. And then I had to make a decision when COVID happened, and then my job shut down. I had no job. Nobody wanted me to clean.
Wow.
So I was like, oh my God. So I started selling stuff around my house. And
that's how it starts.
And I had a really big presence on Facebook during COVID, which was probably one of the biggest mistakes I could have ever made. No, I'm just being real. I'm being real. My audience is on YouTube, but I was nervous. I was scared.
That's so wild to think that, because you being a model and everything, you never know though that.
You know what it is? It's like when you're hiding behind a character.
Yeah.
You're a character when you do your little reel.
Sure, absolutely.
You're in character.
That's right. And
when at the end of the day, when you're just Keith,
That's right. Yeah.
you're
No,
just
I get that. Yeah.
then it's you know what gets real, right?
That's right.
Then
That's
it's
right.
exposed.
That's right.
So, for instance, you know, I have like question and answers after a film that I would work on, and I would break out in hives. I have hives
Really?
because I'd get so stressed about talking.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So, but anyways, back to the
Well, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. That's cool.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh, you're welcome. But I started garage selling with my mother when I was young, and I used to go on Saturdays garage selling with my mom, and we'd get bird feeders and we'd get, you know, stuff for, you know, animals, and
That's right.
yeah. So I started selling, and then someone said, "Why don't you look at Poshmark? And you have so much experience." And I thought, okay.
With
And then
fashion.
I just realized how much it's just changed my life. I got put into a situation, without getting too deep, where I went from being a part-time mom to a full-time mom, like pretty much overnight.
Yeah.
So that was it, man. When you have a strong want, like what it is, what's your why? My why was like, I don't know what's going on with this lockdown stuff, but I need to figure out how to feed my kid. Dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean, I'm an artist. Like I've had a great career. I've done amazing things, but at the end of the day, I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm working, sometimes I'm not. I'm just keeping it real. So yeah. So it's changed my life in so many great ways. But ultimately, the most exciting thing, honestly, is being here with you and being able to talk to you guys and make friends.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Well, that's so fashion has helped you, like knowing fashion's helped you with knowing. Has that helped with selling?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So really quick, I love dressing women. And I really love plus sizes. I love dressing, like I just say real women, because I know patterns and I know colors and I know the shades of things that look pretty on different bodies. And I just feel like everybody should feel like $1 million, and it doesn't even matter how much money you spend on your stuff. If you know what to look for, you can look beautiful. And even if you are a 2X or a 3X, and I get so angry because I see, like, it's like as soon as you get to a size 2X, they start putting like baby ducks on your shirt. Like,
wow.
You know what I mean? You see those and there's like these birds, and you're just like, what happens? Like, do people think you go back to like 2 years old? Like, not. So yeah, I really do enjoy that. But yeah, I mean, I'd really like to just grow this and meet more people and see what happens. But yeah,
consistency will pay it off for sure.
I have to. No, totally. Yeah, totally. Okay, so you said your wife's name is Amber.
Yeah, and she actually has a resale therapy designs. So she did do you know Profit Monsters? Do you know Profit Monsters on
I'm so new. I'm like writing it all down. Yep.
She did his design and did the oh my gosh, I just went totally blank. Resellers Lunch podcast with so she did that. She has a few she's working on. So Scott, just letting you know, Cha-Ching King just said I just realized she is Michelle Ray Smith, the actress.
Every once in a while, I'll still get somebody. It's like I'll walk out of the bathroom at the airport and I'll open the stall. Literally, this happened. Open the stall and this lady's like, "You, Michelle, and I'm like, "Dude, I just gonna go wash my hands. I'm just gonna go wash my hands."
Did I say Reseller Lunch podcast? I mean, yeah, that's right. Will, thank you. I don't know why I said that. I go blank and forget. Like I'm like, let's do lunch podcast.
Oh, I know. There's
she did that one.
Okay, so I have a funny question for you, and I was hoping to ask Amber. That's why I was being nosy about where it came from. Because I was going to ask her, I wanted to know if you would describe yourself as any flavor of ice cream,
Oh.
what would you be?
Oh man. Oh man.
And that's why I was saying, you can, if Amber's in the back, I'll give you
If I could describe, I think she's Amber. Are you in there? Amber.
I just think
I heard the baby, but
okay, never mind.
It might have been one of my younger ones. Man, if I could describe myself, see, because I'm thinking, what flavors do I like? But I'm like, does that describe me though?
I know. Take your time. It's a silly one.
I could describe myself as any. Man, I'm trying not to sound cheesy either, but I guess that doesn't matter because I'm trying to think like,
Superman.
Is there a Superman flavor?
Oh heck yeah!
I've never had Superman flavor. No, I don't know if I'd be a Superman flavor. I keep thinking of things that I really, really like.
Like chocolate stuff?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say probably Rocky Road. Rocky Road. Because even when Rocky Road. Do you like Rocky Road? Because it tastes so good. My dad got me into it.
It's like a dinner, and it's like dinner and dessert all in one.
There you go. And so I guess because I'm trying to think. I guess with the name because some people when they meet me and they like me and then they're like, I'm not sure if I like you. And then once they get to know me, they really, we like become really, really good friends. And we, they see I'm loyal and I just might have kind of I'm very, very blunt. I'm very to the point. I don't have a filter a lot of times. And so I'm the
same. I'm the same.
Yeah, so you can relate. I have to say to people, I'm not trying to, because I've offended a lot of people just because I say what's on my mind, and I'm like, I promise I'm not trying to offend you, but I get it, and I try to pull back and go, okay, should I say that?
You know what? I think you can say almost anything to anybody if you say it the right way.
That's right.
That's something that I'm working on.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah.
No,
we were talking about the.
It's not her. It's my son. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Amber, is that you? No, I think that was my. I heard buttoning, so I didn't know if it's or stepping. It might have been one of my older ones.
Some people were jumping on the bandwagon here about what flavor ice cream we would be, and you would be. It says, I guess, Will from Reseller Madness says, "Is there a vegan ice cream?"
About me? You think I'd be a vegan ice cream?
Are you plain boring vanilla?
Anthony? Oh, they definitely have. Oh, wait, I'm just boring over vanilla. They do have vegan ice cream.
At least you didn't say chubby hubby.
Chubby hubby. Well, I probably am a chubby hubby, so.
Fish food for me.
What kind?
Fish food.
Fish food? There's a fish food ice cream?
There's a fish band.
No way.
It's called fish food.
Wow. So why would you say that?
Oh, well, that's another story. I do have a dancing bear hanging in the back here.
You have a what?
The dancing bear. This is a it's a Grateful Dead,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's it's cool. It's this big piece I got at some secondhand place. I don't know.
Is it just like a sheet, or is it like a?
Yeah, I think you put it up on the wall and you tap.
Oh, yeah. So you put it in the background, on a wall, or in your van or something.
In the Scooby-Doo van.
There you go. we had all that kind of stuff. So
I knew that I liked you. I knew that. Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Oh, Cha-Ching King, did you see it? He said he started his, and I always would call him the Cha-Cha King for some reason. It's like the first thing. So I made it. If you go to my channel, I made a video. And something, I can't remember what the title was, but it has his face on dancing, doing the cha-cha. But he said, I'm trying to find it. I saw this there. He said, my modeling career just never got off the ground.
Where are you guys? We have to go back up through here.
So it's not too far up. It's right before. Yeah, I mean, if you just scroll up, probably like
a little bit,
a fifth of the way, maybe. It's above where he said, where he's talking about how your name and you being the actress. And
I didn't see that. I have to go back and
I'll take a picture of it and then I will
send it over.
I will send it to you. But that's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that is really funny. There is such thing as a vegan ice cream, and they make it a vegan ice cream sandwich, which is actually so super yummy. And you should look out for it in the frozen section there, like little tiny baby sandwiches, like little sandwiches. But,
okay. So I had heard that they made, but I think they also make I think they make some just regular, like what do you call it? Not cold scoop. What's it called? Just like scoop ice cream. I forget what's it called. Cold scoop. What's it called? Just regular ice cream. I think they do make
it. I need to get an ice cream maker from the Salvation Army or something and try to make ice cream at home. But
oh yeah, I love homemade ice cream.
Will's saying that Scott should be on Dancing with the Stars.
I agree.
I don't know, Scott. Where are you? Who are you? I need to meet you if you're the dancing man.
Well, it's Cha King. Oh, see, I called him Cha King. It's sorry, man.
I called Will Rob today.
Nice.
And he writes me back. He's like, "Well, I don't really get called Rob very often."
Well, I like I said, I did the Let's Do Lunch. I almost said it wrong again. One thing, I'm scatterbrained. I'm always all over the place. And I call people the wrong name all the time. Look, today my niece had her baby dedication at their church, and I was talking to my sister-in-law, and her daughter's name is Tirza, and I said, "Hey, I'm going to bring Tirza over later," and she said, "You're going to bring my daughter over later?" And I went, "What did I say?" And she said, "You mean your daughter Abigail?" And I was like, "Yes." My daughter. So I call my own kids. I'm like, Elijah, Jude. Which one are you?
I call my son the dog's name, so don't feel bad. But Jake's like, "Mom, my name's Jake. It's not Forrest." I'm like, I don't know what my own name is today.
I feel you. Well, cool.
But anyways, thank you so much for spending time with me
today.
Popping
thanks for having me.
So fun. And your story, awesome. Thank you. And I want to just say hi and thanks to everybody who's hopped on here and it's been blowing up the chat. Thank you, Dustin, for taking care of everybody and helping me. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be doing this with you guys. So thank you for your time. Absolutely. Is it over? Is it over? No.
Gave a sad face.
You got a sad face.
Everybody's so supportive in reselling. I've told some of my other friends like that do video games, like video game reselling. Mm-hmm. I was like, you really need to connect with the reselling community, like that does everything, because I mostly do video games, and I do other stuff, but my main things, I said, and people that know nothing about video games, they're supportive and we're talking to each other. It's like, you really need to connect with, because it will also, it helps you to kind of branch out and broaden your horizon. So I told him, I was like, man, you need to come on Instagram and start meeting these people because they're super awesome. So yeah, it is. And it's nice to be in a community of people who have the same thing in common, because that always feels nice. And like you said, when I was being nosy and checking out your background back there, but I love seeing how you have your boxes and things like this. And then I go, okay, all right. Mine's really bad now. I need to really you're only seeing a portion, because we took over my daughter's closet. We had to take a lot of stuff out. So no, we have all of my, behind our kitchen table in the other room, we have all of my like boxes and mailers. And then right around this corner, we have a big old stack of the stuff we got when we first started that just occasionally sells, like the stuffed animals and the things that everybody sells and makes millions of bucks off that we can't sell at all. We never sell any of it.
Christmas ornaments, I want to die. Christmas ornaments, you'll sell the crap out of them. I'm like,
They do. People do.
Some Christmas ornaments. If I sneeze, they crack.
Yeah, I know. I don't look. It's some things just sell better, and I don't know what it is, but I have tons of stuff that's just people are like, oh yeah, this sells good, and so that's what we did. We pick up everything. Oh well, I've seen this sells. I'm picking that up, and it's just sitting.
Yeah, it's different for everybody, and not to go on to another whole thing, but I've been saying that, you know, really it's shopping the seasons. And the one thing about being in modeling, TV and film is that we always filmed 3 months out. So always thinking 3 months ahead. And
that's smart.
really, yeah, it really helps. And for instance, you know, I was saying, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but I did really well with Valentine's Day. It's still happening, but I did a push for Valentine's Day stuff at Christmas. And then now I've been telling everybody, you know, Easter's not the next thing coming up. It's spring break. So get your bathing suits, get out your towels, get out your cute little bikinis. Because
I was gonna say that's smart. You probably get a lot of those kinds of
stuff. Getting people looking at you know, little sandals, little cute things that you take on a little vacation, you know, for your family. And then Easter. So yeah, that's kind of fun. But anyway, I don't want to overstay my welcome here with you and poor Amber and the babies and everything.
Oh no, you're good. I'm here for the ride. So however long you go, I'm on. So
okay. Well, does anybody wants to? Let's just take a quick check over here in the. I
put up a bunch of rural scrolls on Kristen's on. How did I not see it?
Hi, Kristen.
Oh yeah, have you seen Anthony, by the way? Anthony makes a change. It's Anthony C on here. Do you know him?
Anthony C? I don't think that we've chatted. No.
His Instagram.
He just said that your wife doesn't let you hold the baby, actually.
Oh, okay. That's well, she definitely does, but she well, no, actually, now I think about it, because she's you know, they only stayed this small for so long, so I'll hold her for a little bit and she takes her back. But there's times though she's like, nope, I'm not holding her, and I'm like, that's fine. I haven't held her at all. I would like to. But,
I'm parched, please.
yeah. On one of my videos, I make a joke because it's I do a bunch of giveaways, and I was giving away, you know, the brand Off-White.
Yeah. So
I was giving away an Off-White long sleeve shirt, and then I was giving away some Air Force Ones. And so in the video, I say, so today is the big giveaway y'all been waiting for, and I'm giving away. And then the baby appears in my arms, and I say, "A baby!" And so she goes, "No, how dare you!" And she takes the baby away and throws a shoe at my head.
Oh, so, that's cute.
So
you have a real talent for the comedic stuff. It's
I appreciate that.
Today was fun.
Absolutely, it was fun.
Well, thank you guys for all stopping by. I am going to go and get ready to chill out and just relax like you guys are. I want to thank everybody for stopping by and saying hi. There's some new faces in here that I've seen for the first time, or I didn't see them last time. But anyway, Keith, thank you so much.
Oh, no, thank you. It was awesome. Anytime.
So nice to meet you. And
absolutely. Good luck with everything.
Oh, thanks. And tell Amber that I said it was nice to hear her voice, and I would love to say hello to her someday too. So.
Absolutely. If you get on Instagram, in fact, I will send you her thing. It's Resell Therapy Designs, and you can talk to her. You can talk to her through there too. So
cool. I will.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. And I hope you have a good night. Bye. And we will talk soon. See you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Bye, guys.
Sounds good.
Bye, Keith.
Bye.